Hello, everybody, and welcome to the next announcement of the Hobby Challenge. This is going to be a hobby sprint more than a long challenge. That's right. There's no marathon to this one. We're sprinting. And this one is Independence Day for independent characters. We're going to do the big boys. So, here in the United States, of course, the month of July contains Independence Day. And so now we are going to celebrate with doing a big independent character. A big, giant, crazy monster or character or whatever. Yeah, this one should be a lot of fun. It's going to be shorter. Like I said, you'll have 1 month. But let's get into the rules. All right, so this challenge is for a big, single, independent model. It's got to be something that stands alone, i.e., I don't want a unit champion or even a big model that's part of a unit. Say like the Dracoth Riders or something like that. That doesn't count. It's got to be, some kind of hero, right? Something like that. Or a big monster. That's also fine. But something big and centerpiecey and scary. Something that stands alone in the force. So like I said, a centerpiece, something like that. It's got to have some kind of conversion. So whatever that happens to be, I don't care how big it is. You want to go hog wild and build the whole thing from scratch, knock yourself out. You want to do some weapon swaps or move some claws around, do an extra little green stuff here or there, just little stuff. That's fine too. Just put a little of yourself into it. Don't just assemble the kit. Let's see you do some stuff with that big boy. So it's either got to be a monster, or it has to be a character on a monster, or a monstrous type mount, or anything larger than a horse, basically, right? So your Bretonnian lord on a horse, not big enough. But say like a corn lord on a juggernaut, sure, I'll grant that. So like anything of that size or larger, up to the biggest of big boys, right? You want to do Archaon or Glotkin or whatever, knock yourself out. This is all about doing one and only one model. That's this challenge. So you're going to have a little more than a month and a half. Obviously, I'm putting this up today. You can start working right away. This challenge will run through the end of July. As usual, we'll let it go over a few extra days. We always give people some leeway at the end. So maybe a week-ish after into August, something around there, we'll shut it down. And that's when you'll actually have to post until. Okay? This model has to have a scenic base. What does that mean? It means you got to put something into the base. So a little bit of rocks and grit and a couple sprues of grass or a couple little thingies of grass, not cutting it. Get it out of here. We're not doing it. You got to go bigger than that. I need to see something that speaks to the big monster you put on top of it. Now, you don't need to put a whole castle on there or something crazy. It doesn't need to be that. Just work it up. Put something on there that fits with whatever the big giant character that you're doing is, right? So, that's, and there's no budget limit for this one. So, whatever you want budget-wise is good to go. Could be, because the reason being, some of these big characters are really expensive, and instead, we're capping it to one model. Alright? So, if you've got that dwarf runes or Slayer on Fire Slayer on a Magmadroth sitting around, and you've been wanting to paint him, this is your excuse. You got a big old monster. Maybe you've got an old forest dragon like Steve Wren had last month or so ago. Get that thing out. Let's do it. Haul out that old monster that's been sitting around. Get him painted up. You've got a newer thing. You've got a Glotkin or an Archaon or a Celestin Prime sitting in a box just waiting to get finished. Crack them open, glue them together, do some conversion, make up that base. You've got about a month and a half. You can do it. I believe in you. Because what is it time for here, folks? It's time for the big boys. That's right. So from a big, monstrous, sort of mounted cavalry character up to the biggest of big boys, the lords and the titans. I want to see it all. This one's going to be exciting. As usual, post your progress in the Hobby Challenge section on the PMP Google Plus community. If you're not familiar with the PMP and you're watching this and would like to participate in the Hobby Challenge, you can find the link for the PMP to join us in this challenge down below. You'll want to post your progress pics under the Hobby Challenge tab. And of course, at the end, we'll post all our final submissions and final only under the Hobby Challenge Final Submission tab. There'll be more videos throughout the month where I'll be talking about this challenge as it progresses. I can't wait to see all the models everyone does. To me, there are a few things as fun as doing a big giant centerpiece model, because you get to really lavish time on it. It's something people are meant to stare at and sort of oogle and ah over when they look at your army, when you put it on the table. So this is a chance to really take that time and pour it into something that's big and impressive and crazy. So I'm super excited about this challenge. I hope you are too. I hope you come along with us on the Independence Day for Independent Characters Challenge. Should be super fun. Like I said, if you want to come along with us and you're not already a member of the PMP, look below. You'll find the link. Otherwise, as always, can't wait to see your progress, and we'll see you next time.